says that the deal is collapsing. I'm told, guys, that the problem is still the same I was mentioning at the beginning of the week, and it's about the registration of Nico. And so Barcelona trying to convince those close to Nico Williams, his camp, and people close to the player about no problems happening for the registration of Nico in the next months. Meanwhile, those close to Nico and part of his camp are insisting to have written guarantees for the registration of Nico. So they want Nico registration to be kind of guaranteed by paper by Barcelona. So at the moment, that's the issue, to guarantee the registration of the player, and then for Barcelona to proceed with the release clause and all the rest. But for sure, Barcelona remain in the process for Nico Williams, but the issue is still this one, the registration, and those close to Nico who want guarantees in paper for Nico Williams registration. So let's follow the next steps of this story, but this remains the point to clarify to see Nico Williams joining Barcelona. Then, guys, on many other stories we have around, one important to mention is about Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, because obviously, for Barcelona, the name of Luis Diaz has always remained internally. It's still a name they have in the shortlist. Then the focus of Barcelona, it's important to say, remains Nico Williams. But Luis Diaz, Bayern tried in the past few days, and Liverpool said no, they don't want to sell the player. Same answer gave to Barcelona a few weeks ago when Barcelona tried. There is still the interest of Al Nassr, so we'll be following the situation. But for sure, the situation of Luis Diaz is going to be one to watch with this case of Bayern, with at the moment the club saying no to this possibility, to this exit for this summer transfer window. Also, in terms of wingers, Jamie Banaghittens to Chelsea is official and confirmed. Chelsea will pay £48.5 million guaranteed plus 3.5 in add-ons. This is the transfer fee for Jamie Banaghittens to Chelsea from Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund will also have a sell-on clause for a former Chelsea player, Jadon Sancho. Juventus keep calling Manchester United. Juventus already made 2-3 calls in the recent weeks for Jadon Sancho. Juventus had signed Jonathan David on a free transfer on a 5-year contract, medical tomorrow, and Juventus for Jadon Sancho are also contacting Manchester United to understand the situation. The real point, the real issue, is that Juventus don't want to cover the whole salary of Jadon Sancho. That's going to be almost impossible. So, or the salary request change, or Juventus-Sancho topic is going to be kind of complicated for the upcoming days and weeks. So let's see what happens with the salary. Juventus interest is confirmed, Juventus call are confirmed, but that's the case as of today. Exclusive story of the night. Newcastle sent an official bid to Nottingham Forest for Anthony Elanga, £55 million. Newcastle are trying hard to get Anthony Elanga after they wanted João Pedro from Brighton, obviously different positions, different cases, but two of the main targets were João Pedro and Elanga. For João Pedro, the player went to Chelsea, so everything is already official and that battle was lost. But Newcastle are now trying for Anthony Elanga. £55 million, bid sent to Nottingham Forest. Nothing done yet, but Newcastle are pushing and trying to make it happen. And then, guys, I wanted to mention also Noni Madueke, because for Noni Madueke, I'm told that in the recent hours, contacts are taking place again with the camp of Noni Madueke. We know Arsenal are focused in Chiesa with discussions ongoing. For Noni Madueke is a separate topic, is a different topic. But for Noni Madueke, Arsenal remain in contact with his camp. And just to give you my feeling, when people close to the player continue to meet the club, means that, and that's my information, the player could be open to a potential switch to Arsenal. It doesn't mean that Madueke wants to leave Chelsea. It doesn't mean that Madueke is done at Chelsea or is leaving Chelsea to go to Arsenal 100%. It just means that Noni Madueke opened doors to a potential move to Arsenal. Then it depends on what Arsenal want to do, what Arsenal can offer, what Arsenal want to offer, because at the moment there is no official bid, no concrete negotiation yet, but just some contacts with Noni Madueke. I told you last week, and this week I can tell you that these contacts are continuing for Noni Madueke. We'll be following the situation in the next days, for sure, but this is another case to watch in the upcoming days.